I am live 2 minutes before I need to. So let's talk IG live with Viv and what's it? Adese off. Let's see if I can tag Black woman in HR. Hi, Posh Salmon. Welcome. So I'm going to just do a quick pin of what we're doing today. I pinned the comment. Fantastic. Hello, how are you doing today? It's a real question. It's not a trick question. Tell me if you can see me okay, you can hear me and everything looks good because I can't see myself. Joker, welcome. I'm going to try and look at myself in a different screen just to see that it's looking good. Okay, I think I'm okay. Give me feedback if you can see me okay. You can hear me okay. Give me feedback, please. Give me feedback. Yes, you can see me, you can hear. Oh, thank you. I'm liking the yellow top on your DP. Before I call it GP. Your DP. I'm liking the yellow top on your DP, Joker. Thank you so much. How are you doing today? We're going to start. But before we start, Tabitha, welcome. Before we start, I want you guys to tell me in the chat, how are you guys doing today? How are you really? Because on this community, we don't just do fluffy stuff. We're real humans and we care about you guys. So Joke, apart from your top color that I like, how are you doing? How are you really doing? Hey, Adese, join. Send me a request, Adese. Let's get into this. Right. So Joke says, I'm well, excited about learning. You know that thing in Nigeria where they say, if you don't have a receipt, you go explain tire. Joker, today you will learn tire. It's even you that will be like, Viv, you guys should pack this because I need to go and eat dinner. I'm going to do this another time. But yeah, there's lots. I mean, we're going to start with one thing. I'll open properly in a minute. It's just gone 7:30 here in London. I think it's the same thing in Lagos. But we're going to open in a minute. Let's give people time to join. Hi, George. Welcome. Tavita said, I'm excited to be here. Hey, you guys need to give me the same energy that I'm giving you today because you know what? It's been a day. Not going to lie. It's been a day. So let me try. And hi, Mnet. Ooh, Academy members are joining. Right. So Adese is giving me a request. Hearts. Thank you. That's the round of applause to get Adese on, just so that when we get into this, you guys can get the tea from her. Because today I ain't speaking. I'm just gonna be calm.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you. You're looking good. I bet, is this your morning? Because why are you looking fine like this? What?
No, because I haven't done an Instagram live in such a long time. I have to adjust my can you hear me?
I can hear you perfect. I can see you. The hair is hairing. The makeup is makeuping. I can see you are adjusting. Let's adjust because see, today we came to talk to humans, not robots. So if you're in your house and you're looking comfortable, please don't judge us that we too we want to be comfortable because all of us are in our houses. So welcome, Adese. Thank you so much for
Welcome.
joining
I
us.
can see all the buzzes and the messages, engaging session. I'm looking forward to oh my god, I haven't done an Instagram live since the lockdown. So this is the first time I'm doing an Instagram live in like 3 years. So I've done like public speaking, Zoom, and everything else, and in person and moderation, but Instagram live. So this feels like a new territory to me. So bear with me.
This is when the
I need
guru
to get
wants to try
myself
to
a
be
glass of
humble.
something to calm
You
my
are
nerves.
trying to be humble. I just say you're trying really hard to be humble. Forget it. I don't believe anything you just said. Because you just showed up going, I haven't done this in 3 years, but I'm really good and I know what I'm doing. Oh my god, why is my Instagram saying okay, sorry, I have this timer thing that has to kick me out of the app and it's done it. So I just say, please don't be telling us, I haven't done this for a while, but you just show up on point. Stop it. Please stop it. Please just stop it. You are looking good. You are on point. We can see you, we can hear you. We love the energy. So we're going to start. Okay? I
Cool.
just already said she needs a glass of something. I have my jug, my
Oh,
Stanley's
thank you
cup.
so much.
You're thanking me. Do you know how many water I've drank from this cup? You don't understand. I feel like this cup was sent to me last year because my ancestors thought about the fact that I don't drink enough water. and I keep giving myself excuses. And then my 2 liter was too big because I had this big jug I always use. And then someone was here, last year was September, and I was like, I'm bored, I've done this thing for 2 years. And then this came, and I was like, flesh and blood did not reveal this need to you. And I've been drinking from this cup. The only thing I haven't done is carry this cup to travel. That's the only thing I haven't done.
Oh,
So
you
thank you.
should. Well, it depends. If you can act, maybe because I own the cup, I have like I have the cups in every station. I have one at home, I have one at work, I have one in the
No,
kind of
this
like
is
cups. But it
wicked.
does. Well, one thing it does keep things really cool and keep
Yes.
stuff really hot. I put hot water in it and covered and forgot about it. And 2 days later, I opened the cup and the content was still hot. So if you want one, attend the PWHR conference
Oh,
2025.
let's not give them the tea. Let's not give them. No, no, no. Well, see, they have to stay to the end. We're not telling them. No way. I was gonna say, do you even know where I got this from? Do you think they sell this in the shops? Look at it very well. Do you have it? If you have it, tell us in the comments if you have it. Because I feel like I'm the only one in this whole community that has it, which is a crime. But honestly, especially since the summer, I have enjoyed this. Because sometimes I'll forget to put water in the fridge, but every time I get to, because I use the water filter, right? Every time I fill it and just leave it there, the the good feeling when I just sip from it and it's cool, I'm like, God to bless Black women in HR. God to bless. That's what I keep saying. So thank you. Suzanne is here. Oh my God, you guys have joined. Okay. So let me do an intro. We've talked for five
Okay.
minutes. We only have 45 minutes here today because we all
Does
have lives.
Instagram still push you out after an hour?
Sorry.
Does
I don't think
Instagram?
it I don't think it does. I'm just trying to have boundaries to say I'm going to talk for
Okay, no, no.
45
I'm just
minutes.
wondering because before Instagram would kick you out after like an hour.
Can somebody Google that or ChatGPT that and tell us in the comments? Because I ain't got no clue. I have no idea. Who's
Okay.
volunteering to be our assistant? Somebody part of this team, somebody volunteer yourself and check at this point whether Instagram is going to kick us out. Because I ain't got no clue. I just know that it's 7:30 and about 8:15, my eyes are going to be shutting down and I'm going to go to bed. So unless you want me to snort on Instagram Live, if you want that, we can carry on. That's what I'm saying. So somebody's going to check that off and they'll tell us. So let me introduce myself because I'm not unaware that some people might be seeing this pretty face for the first time. And then I'll get as our guest to introduce herself. So my name is Vivian. My background is HR. I'm a HR leader. I'm also the Madam President of the V Nation community. Okay, so if you're on my page, you know your president. It is me, it is I, this is she. Today we have Instagram Live to talk about pertinent topics around corporate world, migrants, and as you already know, I wrote a book. Shocking, I don't have my book in front of me. How is that possible? I can't stand up, don't worry. My book is on Amazon. Just type my name, you find it. So I wrote a book, and since I launched my book, I've had a personal brand on the internet. I've been speaking. I've been loving it. I still have a full-time job, you guys. So I'm going to start with introducing Adese, and then I'll tell you guys my most exciting thing that happened today, as well as the least exciting thing, and then we'll jump into the topic for today. So hold on, Adese. One of our team members right now just volunteered to say IG live stream now is now up to 4 hours long. We'll not go sleep for here in
I
Jesus'
would
name.
say, well, we never know if we. You
Adese is
never know.
ready.
The conversation can just get really interesting. I will be here for 4.
Adese is ready for you guys because the offshoot of this is going on my YouTube. So I'm hoping that people can watch it to the end because there's important information. Unless we bring the important information before we get into food gist. Okay. So that is my intro. Mnet said, I fully recommend Viv's book. I love you, girl. Thank you so much. So I just introduce yourself and then you pass back to me and then we can start. So please introduce yourself, founder of Black Women in HR and Ethnic Minority. Tell us who you are, ma.
So I don't even know where to start because you've actually introduced me. But I want to first of all say thank you for bringing me out of retirement onto another session of Instagram Live because I thought I'd be tired from it. Even though I do enjoy listening to some people speak, and I find Instagram conversations quite depends entertaining, interesting, or educating. So who am I? So my name is Adese Okojie. I'm the founder of what used to be called Black Women in HR in Human Resources. It was created in 2019 to empower, knowledge share, and develop Black women in human resources. But over the last 4 years, we've had a lot of feedback, also the feedback, demands, inquiries. When are you going to expand? When are you going to be more inclusive? And this year, we kind of like innovated and evolved. We're now known as BWHR for ethnic minorities. So we're embracing all ethnic minorities, predominantly in the UK, but we're kind of like global and open to everyone because we have a huge following. In our Trump's people follow us a lot. In the Americas, yes, yeah, and in Africa, majority West Africa. Maybe because I'm from originally from West Africa, and we've been able to embrace that inclusiveness, welcome men, which I still believe they're the minorities in human resources, because human resources is very female dominated and South Asian heritage. So if you're an ethnic minority, especially people from the South Asian heritage, and you're really not sure if the BWHR community is for you, it is now for you. If you're a black man or black Asian man, or by someone binary, she, him, BWHR is for you. So we're still black women in HR, but we're drawing you. Can you see how I'm drawing you into the community? So please access.
Thank you so much. Do you know I can relate to the brand evolving and your offering expanding? Because when I was writing my book, How to Build a Corporate Career, my intention, when the subtitle says lessons from a first generation migrant, I'm not going to lie. My intention was migrant means Black, African, West African. In fact, Nigerian.
I don't
When
even
people
like
used
calling
to ask,
myself a migrant. Because you think
yeah,
if it's the other way, they're called expats. They're seen as giving back, limited.
yes,
But we are seen as taking. So
taken,
I never
yeah.
refer to myself as a migrant. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I still do because that's a conversation for another day. But interestingly, when I then published, I started hearing people in my circle say, but I'm a migrant, but I'm a migrant, I'm a migrant. I wasn't born here. I wasn't born here. I was like, hang on a second. I just thought I thought my immediate community, which is people like me who are navigating the corporate world in the UK. And then I realized that actually it's not just people who look like me, it's anybody who is living and working in a country other than where they were born. And so immediately, in fact, you said over 4 years, 2 months later, I stopped saying Black community. I started saying migrants, everybody. So that's where we are. So thank you for introducing yourself. You guys have met the face, the gorgeousness, the brilliance behind BWHR. I'm going to ask a question, ask us both a question so we can dive into all of this. So the question to us is, what has been your best part or your worst part of today or this week? And I'll start. The best part of my day actually is still the same worst part of my day. And I'll tell you why, because it's kind of a two-edged of the same thing. So I started my day working from home today. I work hybrid. And then halfway through my day, I had to go and volunteer in somewhere I didn't know that there was a garden in the center of London. So we went to King's Cross with colleagues to volunteer at the Story Garden. So we reported plants, we watered them. It was a good 4 hour event, which was brilliant. I enjoyed it because we were out in nature. I was not behind the laptop. Life was perfect. We connected. I met colleagues I had not seen or spoken to in the office before. The worst part of my days, who gonna catch up with those emails tomorrow? See those 4 hours, including the hour I used to travel and back? Who gonna be paying that back? That's the question I'm asking myself now. I'm like, so what's pending? What did we pack today that we need to pick up tomorrow? But it is what it is. It was a beautiful day. I'm glad I did it. But you know what? Benin will say, it will never be complete for anybody. So I take the L. I take the fact that tomorrow I might just have to stretch it a bit. But I'm happy that I had such a good day just connecting in nature and doing something outside of actual day job with colleagues. So that's me. Over to you. Best or worst?
I don't think I can beat that. I don't think I can beat your meaningful volunteering work in the city of London. I don't think I can beat that. So what has been the best part of my day? So like you, for those that do not know, alongside running BWHR, I actually do have a day job as well, and I also work hybrid. So today, usually I would be in the office today, but I've decided to work from home so that I can be refreshed. I'll be ready for you guys to answer all your questions. And since Viv, I call her, called, I needed to be available. So oof, best part of today, I don't know. I would say I have an 18-year-old son. We just got an offer from our first university, his first choice of university. So that has been the best part
Oh
of
my
my week. So the
God.
offer came through yesterday. He's excited. I'm more excited. I don't know if anybody's seen this Netflix movie. You know the Netflix movie about the black movie about when the girl they got Vivian, if you're frozen.
I've seen it. No, I can see you. I can hear you. I
Okay, so
know that. I
you know
think
the
I know the
movie when
movie,
the
but I'll
mom was
let you
so
describe
excited
it.
when
It's
they
the
got an
American one.
offer, when they got it,
Yes.
when she had the offer from university. That's how excited I was. I was texting people, calling to
You're
say
that
he
mom.
got in, he got in. Yes, I am her. She's me. So if you want to
Oh.
imagine my reaction
Oh
when
my
we got the
gosh.
when my son got the emails when he rang me like, Mom, I just got in, I got the offer. So
Oh
I was like,
my
ah. So that's
God.
so worst part, the week has just begun. So I haven't had any I don't have anything to report now. So you never know I don't know what Vivian is going to do to me on this live. So I'm like thinking I might have an answer for that at the end of this session.
Oh, thank you. So, guys, send her a DM by Friday and say what's the worst part of this week, because hopefully it's only good things. But thank you for sharing and congratulations. See, the mamas that can understand are sending you congratulations.
Oh,
The
thank
ones that
you.
understand, the aunties like me that would have been the ones that you're on the phone to, like that mother running up and down the swimming pool. I'm like, auntie, don't fall inside. Whatever you do, don't fall inside. It's admission they got. They didn't give birth to a child. So congratulations. That's huge
Thank
news.
you. No, it's because it was his first choice. So it was like, when you want a first choice and you're like,
You
university
get
university
it.
is really key. It sets this tone for a child's future. So anyway, today is not all about me or my son. It's about you guys. So I'm sure I think you love questions after we talk about what we need to start. So
Yes.
put in your questions. A lot of you do not see the faces of Black women in HR. So this is your opportunity to ask me anything.
Guys,
Anything.
take advantage. She might not come back again. Take
Well,
advantage.
I've come out of retirement for this.
Exactly. Thank you. So we're going to jump right in. I asked you guys to send me questions a couple of weeks ago and even yesterday. And
Okay.
now Adese kindly asked you to drop your questions in the chat because we'll come back to it. I don't plan to stay here forever. So at some point we're going to cut it. I love you guys, but you guys know I love my sleep. So at some point I'm going to go and sleep. But let's jump into the first question. Okay. So this we got a question from somebody in the community, and reading the question, I know that they are not a migrant or an expert you just described, but they were speaking from a perspective of how are the migrants doing. So let me read the question. In your experience, what are some of the unspoken rules or hidden norms in corporate environment that first generation professionals often miss? And how can they proactively navigate them without losing their authenticity?
That's a good question. Also, I know Viv describes herself as first generation migrant. I would not use the word migrant. I also moved to the UK. I moved to
Mm,
the UK about 21 years ago without any education, formal education, upbringing in the UK. So I literally had a different culture, different upbringing, different way of seeing things. I never worked a day in my life. Education in Nigeria was very structured. You're learning about computer science. You've probably never seen a computer in your entire life.
yeah.
You're learning about biology and you have to draw it. So if you get my gist. So, but moving to the UK, yes, so many nuances and so many things the work life introduces you to, and without losing your authentic self. I am of the belief that I cannot be my authentic self at work, but I can be
Mm,
best self. I'll bring the best of me to work, because I don't think my authentic self can be very Nigerian, can be very American, or can be very, say, sometimes when you people like but you just realize that then your
What
colleagues was
is
like,
eh in
you
English?
like, what did you mean? I said, oh no, pardon me, sorry. I think it's just all about understanding, first of all, the culture in
Mm.
terms of where you're working. Every business have their purpose, their values, and their behaviors.
Yeah.
And observing. Uh, when I first joined, some of the little nuances of being at work is I grew up drinking tea. I grew up serving my father tea every morning. I still
Okay.
do this every time I go back home. But in England, when you're at work, when you want to make a cup of tea, for yourself. It's very polite to ask everybody around you, would you like a cup of tea? And it's like an invite to conversation. And even though people will say, oh, no, thank you, or somebody will probably get up, well, yes, I would like a cup of tea. And they'll come with you. That's how you build relationships.
Yes.
So that's how you connect. That's how you build relationships. And also, there's what about lingua, like nuances, language? Language
Mm.
has evolved over time. Nuances is a new word as well. It's just about understanding the business, what is
Yes.
happening. And
Yes.
also if you're doing human resources, when I studied personnel management. Now, 5 years ago, it was human resources. Now it's
Yes.
people management. So it's really involved without losing your authentic self. Just always understand the business, understand how people are doing things. If you're at a team meeting, at a virtual meeting, and you're an extreme introvert, and you're one that you have this great idea, but you're thinking, oh, I don't want to say anything, I'm really quiet. Sometimes just speak, because honestly, it's the people that are really visible that get noticed, that get promoted, get the high pay rise. Just have a conversation. If you're walking around, I have a habit of when I'm working in the office or working, I would say I'm a bit of an introvert and extrovert. I can just see Viva like, oh, sister, not necessarily will say sister. I would say hi. You're new. Did you just join? You'd be like, yes. Strike a conversation. It doesn't have to be an ethnic minority. It could be anyone. I'm very comfortable meeting people and just saying hi, or especially senior leaders. And I also try to have strike those conversation and be. I know in a world of hybrid, I still would encourage people to go into the office.
Yeah.
And what else? And also, I think for me is visibility,
Yes.
is language, is
Yes.
behaviors to connect, is also probably wear your African clothes, because African fashion has really evolved. So I've worn like an
Yes.
African, and honestly, if you wear your African shirt, if you're a man, or a dress to work, you get so many attention. If you're looking for
Yes.
attention, go to
Yes.
work with your African fabric, because they're so inquisitive. Everybody will come, oh, I like your dress, I like your dress. That way you get people to notice you, and you can use that to strike a conversation. If you wear, so like 10, 15 years ago, I probably would never wear like an African attire to work. But
Yeah.
now I will wear it, and I would embrace the conversation, and you're
Yeah.
still your authentic self. So if you want to, so I think it's a number of things in terms of being visible. But I think I always say behaviors, visibility, connection, language. There's so many things you have to understand. You have to listen. You have to observe what is happening around you, and you just have to try as much as possible to integrate. Because integration is really important. Because
Yes.
if you don't integrate, you lose out in a way, but still keep yourself, keep who you are, but
Amen.
integrate as much as you can. Because honestly, if you think about it, if you go to France, especially Paris, if you go to Paris and you're trying to find directions before Google, before translation, if you speak to a French person, they would literally tell you they can't speak English. But I
Yes.
bet you they can speak English, because they're not going to release their language and make you understand that um they can speak English. But I have a way of overcoming that. I'll just smile. I'm like, hi. And this a smile goes a long
Long
way.
way.
A long way. And sometimes I could be like, how are you? Especially sometimes when I get on a call as well. I also have a habit. If you ask any of my colleagues I've worked with in the last 10 years, I start every DMs and every conversation with hi, how are you doing? I don't care if you don't respond to me. I always say, hi, how are you doing? One of my managers said recently, why do you always say, how are we doing? I said, because that's who I am. I want to know how you are doing. As it's occasionally nobody's asking you how you're doing because it's just go, go,
True.
go. So I start most of my conversation, even some of my chat messages with my friends. I always say,
Yes.
how are you doing? So it's just
I'm
that
a recipient of that. How are you doing? And I
there's just
feel
that
it's so
empathy,
intentional.
well-being.
Yeah.
Yeah, So I don't know if I've answered the question,
You
but
have, because in the chat, somebody said, I'm going into the office in Adese skirts.
you get
Somersaulting.
attention. Honestly, if you're looking for attention, wear your African outfits and come back
Fantastic.
and tell me how many compliments, how many people will be like, oh, I like your. There was honestly, you will get attention.
Another person said, this is fact. So true. Someone just said, I ask, hope you are well. I find hope you are well a bit too formal. Another person said, mine is hi, I hope you're well. I find that formal. I just ask, how are you? Because genuinely, I want to know. Because you know when somebody asks you, how are you, and they jump into the topic,
You
they didn't
put
really want to
it's
know.
different. You either put a full stop or a question mark. So sometimes I say, "How are you doing?" I put a full stop. So it means that it's stop. Sometimes I
Don't
say, "How are you
talk.
doing?" I put a question mark. But when I say, then I also say, "I trust you are well." I don't say, "I hope you are
Mm,
well." I say, "I trust you are well." Then if I say, "How are you doing?"
mm,
Depends on the kind of relationship I have. I put a full stop, meaning it's a closed sentence. But sometimes I say, "How are you doing?" with a question mark. So I'm inviting you. So
See those little nuances? They make a difference. Someone said, I agree, thumbs up. Somebody said, they will hear it. Ankara, Ashoke, Adire. It's true because we've exported African outfits. We've exported African fashion to the world, and it's so brilliant that people now know about it. So you will not be the first person they're seeing it on. You might be the first person they're closely associating it with so they can get more information. And I also want to caveat the point you made about being seen, being visible. Some people would say, like when I was growing up, there was a popular thing they used to say over sabi, like you're just showing up. If you're Nigerian, you will know what I said. I can't translate it in English. There's no English translation. Sorry.
it means overbearing.
Hmm. She's the DEI woman. You can be translating for us. Me, I'm Nigerian. I'm staying in my corner. So when you say to some people, be visible, they're like, oh, I don't want to be in everybody's face. I don't want to. I'm an introvert. That's not the point. If we don't see you, we don't know you. There's something else I think that you said in the conversation we were having before this call, where you said if you even when you join a virtual call and at the end you didn't listen to it, I'll let you say that.
When you join a virtual call or a meeting and just say thank you, or just say what a fantastic session.
Type the thing.
So much, so a lot of knowledge here. Thank you. It just shows you were present. And sometimes I actually look through like, oh, this person was here because it makes a lot
No,
of difference. It
the
does.
person was doing the dishes.
Honestly, just that message in the group chat, it makes it. Honestly, people are watching because I do watch.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a lot of difference, and it also shows appreciation. And you just make the speaker and just say thank you. If you want to go over the top, like Vivian said, if you want to be over sabi, then just say what a fantastic session. There's so much to learn. Or just say, oh, thank you, speakers. Call their names. Ask them as well. Ask them so that they
I
actually know
love that
you were
acting
there.
because acting is the new way of calling someone to order on Microsoft Teams. Thank you at Viv. I'm like, I saw the thank you. You don't need to drag me into it. So absolutely be visible because there's 10,000 of you in your organization if it's big. There's 500 of you if it's that size. Nobody's going to remember everyone. And everybody's doing a good job. That's why you're still getting paid a salary. Otherwise, you'll be in a pip or we'll be exiting you. But the fact that you're doing a good job is not good enough because I remember being pulled into something last year at work that I had no business doing. How the person remembered me, I have no idea. But I remember we had an interaction not too long before. So when something came up, they came to me randomly. And before they finished talking, I said yes. Because for me, the fact that you thought of me, I'm doing it. I'll figure out how to do it. So if there's nothing you take out of this today, be visible because you're doing yourself a disservice. And To the point about doing it authentically, be visible in the way you know how to be visible. You know, my issue with expats, migrants, whatever we call, put the buckets is these days, we're very good at it in churches, in our community, with our family. Do your cousins not know you? Do your church members not know you? You see that your girls' WhatsApp group, they know you. So why don't we know you at work? But when it comes to work, we're like, oh, it's a bit what? How are
That's where
people?
I think that's for ethnic minorities. That's where the trying to be authentic self comes through because we're not sure how we will be received or perceived. So that fear stops us from doing more. But that's why I always say try to join or be part of any network group at work. Or just find a mentor at work. Find
Well, be part of BWHR sessions. Go and join the mentoring group. Just pack yourself to the page and just go and join quietly, because one thing I realize is what has helped me, especially in my early days when I didn't know I was a coach and I was just figuring it out, mirroring. You know when they say read the room? You go in, you realize that at 11 o'clock, everybody gets up from their desk, and it's called 11Cs because that's the part of the morning where we just want to drink tea to shake ourselves up before lunch. We're hungry, but not hungry like that. And we've just had 3 or 4 meetings, and everybody's like, I can't be bothered to be here. And you just want to re energize. I learned 11Cs. So when everybody gets up at 11 o'clock, I don't know where they're going. Best be I'm getting up. Let's be going somewhere. Just mirror them. When people speak, listen to how they speak, what they speak. And then, if you don't know anymore, go and read the book, The Culture Map, because it will tell you different culture nuances. That's your speed way of understanding culture. But mirroring is so good. Thank you, Tabitha. I'm just going to pin BWHR page here. Go and follow, because there's a whole mentoring. There's so many services that will benefit you so that you can have a safe space to start to, what's the word? Integrate. Because the issue is a lot of ethnic minorities don't integrate in the workplace. They see work as a them and us. And this is your biggest disadvantage. Because when you see it in your brain as them and us, best believe your attitude will show up as them and us. Someone just said, fear of being too forward. You're not forward, my darling. Because the last person that was forward in your team got promoted. How about that?
right.
You are not
Absolutely
forward.
right.
The last person that was forward in your team got the opportunity you have been praying for. That's the one that annoys me. We're praying about everything. We're not doing anything about it.
And also, what's the worst that would happen if you, as part of being an adult or being a place of work, you have to embrace being resilient. So what's the worst that would happen if you do something? What's like like African upbringing? They're not going to beat you.
Yeah.
They're not going to hit you. And I'm not trying to trigger anyone here, but no one is going to shout at you or scream at you.
Yeah.
They would only give you constructive feedback, or
Yes.
they would only say no.
Yeah.
And part of the work life is building your resilience, your tenacity, and
Yes.
or if you do not try or give it a go, you never know. You would really, really never know. You just
I
would. You
agree.
would always wonder. Like one of the things that people always tell me when I say, "Oh, you maybe trying to find a mentor at work," they're like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, how would I find a mentor?" I always say, "You probably have someone that will mentor you that you just don't know." Like, what if the person says no? I said, "But have you asked?" And when people tell me, if you ask someone to mentor you, why would they say no? I said, first of all, you're not going to ask a total stranger, someone you've never spoken a word to ever at work. You're not going to make a total director and say, "Hi, Mrs. Viv, can you please come and mentor me?" And the person be like, "Okay, let's have it." No, you meet someone that you already have an established relationship with. And for the fact that you're actually asking them, I just feel that the individual should actually be honored that you want them to mentor you. So I always say, just be bold
Excuse me,
enough.
ma. Excuse me, ma.
Okay.
You say you're not going to ask it to the stranger. It's in my book. I did.
Oh, you
I
did.
did.
Oh, tell me how that happened.
I did, ma. So I get into this organization. They have a longevity. I'm not going to give the organization away because that's not the whole point, right? They have longevity of service. So everybody's been there 2 million years, right? So I joined this organization. I think I've lost your video. I'm not sure why. Can you still hear me, Adese?
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, cool. So I joined this organization and everyone is in cliques. I'm trying to belong. And then, as you do when you join, you go and have conversations with all the leaders, both within HR and the business, within the business group that you're looking after, to sort of get a sense of what's their pain points, introduce yourself, so you can get up and go. You can start get the ball rolling. That's how I looked around and I saw this person, happens to be a male. I don't think it's a gender thing, and happens to be witty and happens to be someone everyone respects. I don't even know his middle name. I just went to him. The first hello I said to him was, "Hello, my name is Vivian. Can you mentor me?" But Auntie Vivian, why will you do that?
But Vivian, that's because you're brave and bold and you have a personality to do that. Not
It's not that.
everyone can.
That was stupid. Don't do that.
But you actually did ask.
Yeah, but that was, you don't have a relationship. You need to source out who's bought into
Oh, so what
you.
did the person say? Sorry,
They
continue.
were very kind. And they were like, okay, thank you for asking. I know you've just joined. Maybe take time to understand the lay of the land.
For the polite way of saying no.
Ah, you are British. But they dropped me, they landed me very softly. If that was me, I know what I would say to the person. So please don't
What
come
would
and
you
ask
have
me to
said?
interview.
Somebody
Uh
said that was forward.
that was forward. Well, Obasabi, you're welcome. So what I'm trying to say is, if it was when people ask me off the bat, I ask you two questions and you immediately realize that was stupid. It sounds audacious. Yeah, someone said that was audacious. But for me, don't you know those adverts that they will write disclaimer, don't try this at home. Don't try it. It just throws the credibility you're trying to build, you have just crushed it. So if it was me, I usually ask you, okay, thank you for asking, but what can I bring to the table? What is it you've seen? That's one. Because most times they haven't even done their research, they start stammering. The second thing is, what would you get out of it? So at the end of the mentoring, how long are you thinking of this? How do you want to make it happen? And what would you get out of it? I can already see you didn't think it through. Somebody said, Niger will say, Inobi. So I just asked you a few questions and we just realized that you did exactly what I did a few years ago, and please don't try it at home. So I would say find somebody that's bought into you. And there's a lot of people who compliment you, people who speak up for you, people who smile at you, people who have conversations with you about good or random things. Those are the people that are naturally bought into you. And if you see that you genuinely can get something out of them, there's a chapter in my book about mentoring, so I'm not going to spend the time here. If you see that there's something you can genuinely get out of them, so by all means, please ask. But don't ask for the sake of asking, because I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm going to generalize here. So if you're Nigerian, I'm very sorry. I'm going to generalize because this is my experience. I think there's this whole thing in the professional world in Nigeria, where I come from, where everybody has to have a mentor. It's like having a pastor. So when people show up to a circle, the first thing they're looking for is mentors. Sometimes you don't need a mentor. You don't even need a mentor that knows you sometimes. A lot of people have mentored me. I may never meet them. I'll give you an example. Michelle Obama. I bet we are one for meet him. We are one for Noah. I've learned so much. I've learned
There's
so
a
much
word
from
for
that
it. They
woman.
call it is it tunnel mentoring? No, there's a form of mentoring whereby you get
Yeah,
taught through someone's book or their life.
exactly. Another person is Adana Strinaka. She's a YouTuber and now she's working with the Nigerian government. She's between Abuja and the UK.
Oh,
I
really?
love Adana
Doing what?
so much.
What's she doing for the Nigerian government?
It would be something around, somebody correct me if I'm wrong now. I'm going to go to her page and tell you. Hold on. Because I appreciate, I admire her growth. I watched her from baby one, baby two, and now she has three kids. Yeah, two boys and a girl. And she was a doctor. That was how I was able to first relate to her story. I'm trying to pull up Adana. That was House of Adana. So what is she doing for the Nigerian? I thought it's here. On a mission to empower women by Dr. Something on women's health. And she is in Abuja busting it out in the presidential villa. And I followed her journey so much. I've learned so much from when she was taking YouTube and doing things in different international or multinational forums. When she was a doctor, how she parents as a chick, as a sister, and now in government. I love that woman, and I've learned so much. I may meet her. Please, if you know her, tell her I'm her number one fan. But I don't jump over hills to try and meet people that I admire. But I may never meet her. But she's changed a lot about me just watching her. So before you go and ask that person to be a mentor, I would say, please just check that it's not I need somebody up there. You don't need a sponsor, because sometimes people need sponsors and they call it mentors. So check what you really need. Ask yourself, go and read my book. I think it's chapter 3 or something. Go and read my book and answer the questions over there.
You're
You would,
such a good saleswoman.
you
Every time you want to talk about your book, you're like,
go
I'm
and
not
read
there.
it. I can't
Bam,
help you.
bam,
Then
bam,
Amazon
bam,
type
bam.
my name there. I can't. That's it. But honestly, I found that what I did was silly, and I don't want anybody to be that silly anymore. That's why I share the things that I share. So Adese, let's come back to you, because we,
Okay,
we
me,
have
me, me.
questions in the chat.
Oh,
Hold on,
do
let me
we?
see.
Do we now? Okay.
So we have questions, but before we go into question, I want us to talk about the conference coming up. So let me find, guys, drop your questions now, because I said 45 minutes. Oh boy, 40 minutes don't come. It doesn't look like we're ready to leave here. So let me get the first question. I saw a question. Someone said, how do I get into HR? Did I see that as a question? Or am I dreaming it? Yeah.
Um, it did.
Weak colorist. How can one go into HR? Now, we don't know if she's based in the UK or anywhere else. So if you can give us a general gist of how can she get into HR, we'll appreciate that.
And also, what's your background? So is your background like you're a teacher?
Mm-hmm.
Are you an administrator? So you may have transferable skills
Yeah.
already that you don't know. So it's about looking at what skills you currently have, not the knowledge. The knowledge, I genuinely feel HR is a skills-based profession. The knowledge is very textbook. It's always just real life experiences and just come through. So anyone can work in human resources, and some people that work in human resources are not even people, they don't even like people. So when people say you have to be a people's person, no, if
No, you
you're
don't.
not, if you're a data person now with the world of artificial intelligence, if you just focus on the data part of HR, the information system, if you
Yeah.
just like project management, you
Yeah.
can work in human resources. If you just like hiring, and for my Nigerian people, human resources is not just about hiring and firing.
Firing.
There's more to human resources than
Yeah.
hiring and firing. There's a lot of strategic, a lot of support, a lot of advice in between. But it depends. To be really fair, it depends on what you're currently doing. But um, you just have to review your own skills, and you probably have transferable skills. Then you just need to tailor your CV and to sell yourself in a way that you're trying to say, I have so much I can bring, even though I don't have any human resources skills. However, I've led this project, I've worked as an administrator. I can be an HR assistant, which is the entry level. So you just
Mm-hmm.
have to show and prove that your current skills can be transferred into working in human resources. And just keep
Fantastic.
applying. And one day, it just takes one person. Like Viv said in your book, when you moved to the UK in 2008, that they were asking for experiences. They were like, one person has to give you. Just it takes one
Yeah.
person to open the door, and the rest is history.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And if I was to chime into what Adese said, go and read my book. I'm really sorry. See, I wrote the book so I don't have to repeat certain things. How can you get into HR? Chapter 1 will tell you, start with your why. And then when you've done the assignments in chapter 1, you will know how you can get into HR. Okay, so Adese, back to you. I don't know if we can have your video on because it's still blurred, but if we can't,
Where's my
we want
video?
to hear sorry?
Can you see me?
No, we can't. We
Oh,
can't see you. I'm not sure why. We've not seen you for a while.
no. Can you see me now?
No, no, no. So maybe try turning it off and back on.
Okay. Should I come out and come back in?
Probably, yes.
Can
Let's
you
do
see
it.
me now?
Nope.
Now?
Nope.
So should I come out and come back in?
Yeah, so maybe drop off the call and then request
Okay.
again. Yeah.
I'm leaving.
So guys, this is going well and we have something to share with you. But please type your questions in because we're going to take your questions after we share what we have to share with you, and then we can all go and have our dinner. So this is going to come back in now so that we can see her video. But you guys have questions. We've answered the first question and we're going to take a few more questions, and that will be it for tonight. Who said stray bullets? Sorry, I cannot help you guys. It's not only Someone said that's audacious. Yeah, no, no, please don't go and be asking randomly for mentors. Don't do it. Go and read my book so that you don't make the mistakes that I made. That's the whole point of all of this. Don't make the mistakes that I made. So we're waiting for Adese to join back in. But you guys, I'm sure you have your burning questions that are relating to the world of work. So please ask it away, because we're just gonna take it as the questions come in, and then we'll be wrapping up very, very soon. Thank you to everyone who's joined now. You guys are really like, I don't know what to say with you guys. This community, you guys are the community of life, because this is what I call talk not do. When we say we want to do some things, you guys show up. So thank you for always showing up. Thank you for showing out. Thank you for sharing my content. Thank you for interacting. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for asking me questions. Thank you for giving me feedback. Thank you for steering me in the directions that I never thought I needed to go into. I'm not going to lie, I haven't come this far on my own. I have come this far with all of you. So thank you so much. I'm going to try and add Adese now. And I think she is coming. So Adese is back in. Yes. So
Okay,
now
am I back?
he is back in.
Can you see
Yes.
me?
Welcome back. We can see.
And I don't know. I
Perfect. We
honestly
can
do not know
see.
what happened.
Mnet, we're still here. Adese is back in. So let's have a conversation. What have we got coming up in September?
Yes, exciting. So, as part of the BWHR offering, we have our yearly flagship conference. It's like no other conference that you ever attend. It's the only conference you should attend if you're a Black or brown person working in human resources. It's on the 24th and 25th of September 2025 in London. And this year, we're transforming HR leadership. Honestly, I have never been to an HR workshop, event, conference, anything you call it, where you have 90% of people who attend are just like you. They
Yeah.
look like me and they look like Viv. And you can relax, you can just be yourself. You don't have to worry you don't have to have that fear. So somebody talked about fear earlier on,
Yeah.
that you don't know how to have a conversation with the person to your left. And it's not just about being present and being with your own peers and people from your community. It's about also getting the knowledge. The knowledge on the day is from lived experiences.
Yes.
So in my career journey, and I always say one of the reasons why I created BWHR was because of, at a point in my career, there was a wall, there was a brick wall, there was a brick, there was a wall, there was a bus, there was a glass, there was so many things to be shattered. And I
Yes.
did not have the experience or the knowledge to shatter that. So, but however, I was matched with someone that had over 20 years. She had 10 years above me in her career. And when I started describing some of my challenges, I was able to overcome them through her lived experience. So leadership is different. Transforming Asian leadership is different. Mentorship is different. How they achieve their promotion is different. So our conference is really, really genuinely, so, honestly, if you don't attend, last year the venue has a capacity for 100, and we maxed it out. And if you
Yep.
go on our Instagram pages, not LinkedIn, you will see all the photos from last year. It was beautiful. Honestly, I look around and I'm proud, and I've never been to any event. I say this, there's no other event than the BWHR conference for Black ethnic minorities in HR, male, female, and our allies are also invited. So because
Yeah.
we want to be inclusive, we want
Yes.
the allies to come and hear from us what our challenges, what our barriers are, how we navigate in the corporate world, and just we want our allies to be present. But as an HR person, I'm just going to go on my tablet to name some of the speakers. So if you go on our website, which is www.bwhr.co.uk /events, you can see some of our amazing speakers. You can actually view a lineup of speakers. We have Dr. Marcel Moncrief Newman. She's the Chief People Officer of CT St. George University. We have Mambitu Esho. She's the Head of Diversity, Equity and Inclusion and Belonging and Comic Relief.
Wow.
We have Elizabeth Inyade. She's the Chief People Officer at Sorry and Sussex NHS Trust.
Wow.
And we have Tolulope Okay. She's a CEO and founder. There's so many.
Is coming.
Oh, you know her. And we have Kay Butterfield. She's the CEO of Good Tech Advisory. She's times 100 impact. She's an amazing person when it comes to AI. We have Ade Rollcliffe. She's the Chief People Officer from ITV. Honestly, the list is endless. And it's not, there's the networking, there's the connection, there's the education, there's the empowerment. Viv was there last year. Viv will be there this year. This year, we're going to have like a little bit of fun as well. We're going to introduce a little bit of fun, music and dancing, because all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. So it's going to be really fun. It's going to be food. The food was African food. We had jollof rice. We had plantain. We had puff puff.
Yes.
We had meat pie.
Yes.
We had plantain. We had jerk chicken.
All in a formal corporate environment, so everyone dressed beautifully.
We had jerk chicken. Oh. I think we had samosas as well. Yes. We had a mixture of Afro-Caribbean, South Asian cuisine. And it's all for a simple price of £100 for a 10-day tour. It's honestly, it's really affordable. It's like
absolutely
1 week of going to do your nails if you're female, or just having your hair done. But one thing I want to say is, what you leave the BWHR conference different. You leave with a lot of connection. You leave with a lot of knowledge. You leave with so much. There's so much to gain. It's not just a day's event or a 2-day event. So the day one is series of masterclass and workshops twice, and you get to watch the whole event replay for 2 months until November. So even after the 24th and 25th, you can watch the replay for 2 months on demand. And you just leave the conference a changed person. Honestly, there's nothing like the BWHR conference. It's different, it's empowering, it's uplifting. It will change your life. It has changed my life. I know I am the founder of BWHR, but as the founder, my life has changed in the last 5 years. The number of people I've met, even coming on this, I met Viv a couple of years ago. Then she spoke last year. Now we're on WhatsApp. We built a friendship. So that's what the BWHR conference is. You meet new people, you connect with, and your connection will not end on the day. It follows you for a lifetime. So
I agree.
If you have any questions, if you're still deciding, it's not just an event. It's an event. Honestly, it's an event. You can just be yourself. Yeah. And be yourself. You can dress how you want to dress, and honestly, I keep saying, you would leave a changed person. You arrive the day not knowing what to expect, but when you leave transformed. The BWHR conference is transformational, and this year we're transforming your leadership in human resources. I can go on and on and on.
Can I get a round of applause? Like, you said it better. Thank you. But let me add. So this is my testimonial live. I can't lie because nobody paid me to do this. Last year, I joined the live one with my colleague who's not even ethnic minority. She's European. And I remember we were swapping notes at the end of the first day, which is online. And I was like, oh, I like this speaker. She was like, did you join this one? Oh, I got this. And we were talking about what we learned because we were both in HR. And then I showed up the day 2. Not only because I was exhibiting, I was attending. I was attending because I have a target. I don't know anybody else who has a target to attend conferences. I usually set a target for myself since the last 2 years to attend 4 conferences a year. And 3 of them would be in things that are related to my day job or my passion. 1 of them would be a random one. So when I had done community, which is one of my roles at work. I had done AI, I think, and then and I was like, I don't have a HR one. Which one do I need to go to? Prior to that, I had joined an evening where the mentors got together for BWHR. I don't even know how I got that invite. I think a friend forwarded it to me and I just registered, and it got to the day and I was like, what did I sign up for? And I showed up in central London and there was all these Black people that were in corporate and were successful, and there was all this group of people who needed mentors. I was like, is this a thing? That was how I got into your mailing list. So when I joined, I came back that evening going, I want to be part of this network. I hadn't even met you. I just said to myself, this is a network I want to be part of because I can see myself in people. And so I go to day 2 live conference. The energy from when you get in, the level of excellence and professionalism is one thing, but when it's done by people that look like you, it hits different. And then you walk into the venue, how you're welcome, you're seated, and then the speakers start to dish out gems. And I'm like, where are we again? And I went with 2 other people last year. They're not in HR at all. One is in healthcare. The other one is a software developer. They networked so much. At some point, we were the last to leave. I was like, girls, we're going home. Oh yeah, come and be
We
going.
have a drinks reception after, so there's more
Afterwards, you see,
alcohol after the drink.
exactly. So they networked so much. I met people that were not in my circle that have now become friends. And I remember just walking away saying, I don't know how this woman got this vision, but God bless her. Got home that night and I prayed for you. The reason being, there are certain things that you put out in the world and you're like, okay, I'm going to do it because I'm passionate about it. What you did and what you are doing, it's not just a putting out in the world. You're removing the barriers so that we can be in a space where we can also grow, explore excellence, and come back and be excellent. I definitely left last year, not the same person, and I'm almost 2 decades in my career. So imagine you watching this live now. You are still starting, you are transitioning. You can go and do hair, you can buy wig. For the guys, you can play PlayStation or whatever the guys do. I'm not a guy, sorry, I can't relate. And they tell you go and register for a conference, and your first excuse is, oh, I'm not HR. I just told you people who showed up and got the most out of it were not even in human resources. You cannot tell me you're not ethnic minority because that's why you're on my platform. Most of us here are ethnic minority. So what's your excuse again? I took a day off. In fact, when I booked this year, I took the day off and it was a guaranteed. Of course, I knew. I remember when I was speaking to you, I was like, what's the date? Because I have a few trips and I want to make sure I'm here for Black women in HR. It's my annual thing. I don't have the CIPD events. That's for Bobo. That's for everybody. That's not for me. BWHR conference is the one I wear my high shoe, my quick shoe, my Sunday best to. Because I'm now going to meet my sisters and my brothers and I'm going to network and I'm going to have conversations, the panel discussions, the people you network with, no airs and graces, and they are the real deal. It's the excellence for me. And for me, it's the relatability because then I can go there and practice my authenticity and I can ask people questions. I remember someone I met for the second time through your network. I was having a work thing. I wanted to speak to somebody I was talking to God about it. I was like, who do I talk to? And this person's name came to mind. I picked up the phone, spoke to them, and they just gave me da. And I was like, so if I didn't go to this conference in call last year, waiting I for do. So that's all I'm gonna say. If you're still debating, you go to church on Sunday to improve your spirituality. You go to Bible study, Wednesday, prayer meeting, whatever you do. You fast and pray. You even do monthly all-night vigil, no fail. But you don't invest in going for a conference once a year. I can't help you. If you like, read 10 of my books. You might still not get what you will get when you sit with people who are like you, who can inspire you. Because for me, BWHR conference is now one of the things where I look at where I was, what I said I was lacking when I go the year before, and then the year later, I go back to the same notebook and see where I am. So thank you for what you do. And guys, there are still here. So Viv, I was thinking about it and then I checked, it's sold out. I cannot really help you. So Adese, back to you. Where can we find it? What are you going to give to our community? Ma, we are begging you on behalf of Vination. Help us. Help our ministry to come.
So for the, I know someone said here you're trying to transition into HR. at the conference, we're going to have a CV clinic. We'll have recruiters on site ready to review your CV and give you instant advice. We're going to have 2 rooms filled with headhunters and recruiters available for Morgan Law are sponsoring that. So if you are trying to find a job, come with a hard copy of your CV or come with your CV available to be reviewed, instant feedback, instant coaching.
Wow.
And if you're lucky, you might even get a job from the
Wow.
conference. Because even at some point, these days, you get jobs through connections. Not all
Yes.
jobs can be gotten through a job board. Some jobs are not even advertised. And I've met a few people like, oh, so you probably can secure a job at the BWHR conference. Not just connection, it's probably a job.
I
So
agree.
there's so much to achieve for a very minimal price. We're the most affordable conference. The CIPD conference is almost £1,000. And although the CIPD is established, they have many rooms, but the experience
It's
and
different.
what you get from us as an ethnic minority, if you want to pay, I don't, it's so affordable. And if you want to say, okay, they say secure a spot for me when I get paid at the end of the month, because we only have
Mm,
limited capacity.
true.
We've almost reached 50%, so we're really
Oof.
pushing. And if you're on this live due to Viv, we have a promotional code. If you use Viv 25, you get 10% off from now till the conference. If you use the code, so the code will be live from now to the end of August using the code VIV25. VIV25 will give you a 10% discount on our
Thank
conference
you.
now until the end of August. So take advantage of that. So you get an extra £15 off. But honestly, it's and Viv, can you show them your cup again, your goodie bag? Show them the we
No,
get
no.
everyone
If you're
everyone at
following me,
last
I
year
did a
got this
whole
cup.
unboxing. The goodie bag, Okpo. Last I
We
came home, I
had a
was like,
book, we
what
had a
did I
pen,
pay? No, it was brilliant. No, it was brilliant. You had book
and
your
you had
bed.
a t-shirt as well. You had a
Yes,
black
I almost wore
Vanitas.
my t-shirt this evening. So guys, this is almost free. Like literally, this cup has been my favorite thing when it comes to drinking water. It's so cute as well. Like your branding though. Your branding though. Let's give it up for your branding. So guys, you've heard it. We have a whole 10%. Like someone just said I have this cup, so useful. See? So we have 10% off. Can somebody please help me think? Let me say thank you in 3 languages that I can speak in Nigeria, from Nigeria. Uwese, is that thank you? Uwese. Yeah, that's thank you.
The
Yemeke,
French.
that's thank you in Igbanke. Darun is thank you in Igbanke, my local language. How do you say thank you, Yoruba? Ah, Yoruba person.
Eshe, Eshe,
Eshe, thank you. In Igbo, um, uh,
Ndo. No,
Ndo,
that's sorry. That's
Ndo,
sorry.
Ndo is sorry. Come on, I speak Igbo now. What's the issue here?
Do you speak Igbo?
I speak Igbo. I grew up in Enugu. I went to uni, not uni. I went to school in Enugu for a bit. Igbo is like my language as well because I'm from Igbanke, which is
Any Igbo person here? What? Or just Google it.
Dalu.
Dalu.
Dalu. Thank you. Dalu in Igbo. Any Hausa person because I did my national service in Kaduna. Nagode. Nagode is thank you in Hausa. So I've said Nagode, Dalu, Eshe, Diemeke, Wese, thank you. So for anyone who's saying I'm not in the UK, the first day is online, so you can join.
The second day is hybrid. So
Yes.
you have the opportunity to watch day 1 and day 2 online remotely for £50. And you get to watch the replay till end of
For
November.
2 months after that.
So I think online £50, and so if you want to watch the event, so if you want to watch the conference remotely, it's £50 for 2 days. If you want to watch the hybrid day 1 and day 2, I think it's £150. And if you just want to attend the day 2 alone, the in-person, is just £100. And it's an investment. Yeah, honestly, see it as an investment
It
in
is.
yourself,
Yeah.
investment in your career. I've paid for a coach in the early stages of my career. I
Yeah.
paid for my CIPD but 10 years ago, with 12, 15. No, my CIPD was 15 years ago. When I did my CIPD 15 years ago, I was at the beginning stage of my career, and my employers told me at that time having a CIPD as
Yeah.
a requirement wasn't mandatory. So I had to pay for it. So I literally paid from my own pocket. So see, it's an investment into yourself, an
Yeah.
investment into your career, and you
Yeah.
will leave the conference transformed. And also, we have a membership, not just the conference. So there's a caveat. If you join the membership with £130 premium membership for Black women for BWHR, you get so many. You get to attend our monthly safe space meeting. You get to what you get access to our library. You have free access to all our events, including the conference. So you make a savings of £20 for £130,
Wow.
and you have so much more. You get first stop into, if you have any vacancies, and newsletters, knowledge sharing events. We have an event tomorrow. All our members are attending, and you get priority access to the mentorship. We finished our cohort 6. So if you want to, an additional cost is joining the BWHR membership, premium membership for £130 against just attending the 150
Conference. Yeah.
conference, and you
Yeah.
get so much more. The benefits are endless. We're a new organization, we're still new. Over time, our benefits are going to evolve.
Yeah.
Over time, we'll have speakers. Over time, I'll have people giving back. Think of BWHR. I'm at the beginning of the journey. And if I have a lot of Black professionals coming and supporting what I do and investing, because I've been running the community with my own private funds.
Yeah.
So now I need to encourage everyone to invest in yourself so
Yeah.
that I can access resources for you. I will do the hard work and bring it to you for to
Yeah.
transform your lives.
Thank you. So, guys, you know us in V Nation. We don't do things for free, right? But she's giving us a discount code. No, we don't, because people don't value free stuff. I don't value. I don't place value on it. So if you are not investing in yourself, you and I need to have a DM conversation where I will shout at you professionally. So you know that you will invest in yourself because you eat, you sleep, you pay rent or mortgage, and how about your profession that's going to pay the bill? So she's giving us a discount code, and we're going to wrap this up now because we didn't get more questions. But you guys have just been in the gist of this conversation. You people like gist. You people like gist. Don't worry, we'll have an Instagram live another time where we'll just be gisting. I won't be sharing, we'll just be gisting. But because you people like gist, I want us to appreciate Adese for taking the time. See, this evening she could have been doing so many things, including celebrating with her son who got university of his first choice university. Do you know what that is? Do you have a son that have first choice university and is confirmed? Okay. So I want you in your own individual language, type in the chat, thank you. Let's
No,
not all
thank
speak
you
English.
all. Thank you all for taking
Let's
the
not
time
all
to
speak English.
join. Thank
Tell
you
us
for
thank you from your local
such
dialect.
it's such an it's been an engaging Instagram live. I feel so at home. Viv is she's the most natural person, and yeah. So thank you, Viv, for bringing me out of retirement. Thank you for encouraging me to do this Instagram live and
Thank you.
showcasing our offering. Or hopefully, everyone on the call has been able to gain something from me, knowledge, and I'm hoping you take advantage of the 10, because we're not giving out any discount. I think we've done early bird, so you use the discount to achieve a 10%. But like I said, if you really really want more, you need
Yeah.
to join the BWHR membership for £130. But if you just want to, if you're not an ethnic minority and you really want to be part of this, I want to attend the conference, 10% discount, and just join us on the 24th and the 25th of September in London at Aldgate East, and day one is online. It's going to be powerful. You know how they say in church, powerful,
Come
transformative,
prepared.
educational.
Come
Come
expectant.
prepared. Come with your pen, your book. You know how you do all those the voiceover.
Yes.
Come ready to meet a sister, a brother. Come with your book, with your pen. Your life will be transformed. You will wake up a different person. The
Yes,
next day
I
will be
agree.
different. And
I'm still
honestly, I
buzzing from
cannot,
last year,
I
so I
just can't
agree.
flag it. I can't flag it enough. My
Yeah.
life has transformed in the last 5 years. And I know your
Mm.
life will transform. If you're at a crossroad, if you're still navigating, if you're experiencing challenges at work, if you just need a community feel, if you want to see others like you, or if you just want to have a fun day,
Yeah.
uh, join us on the 24th and the 25th of September 2025 in London.
Thank you
The
so
day one
much,
is
Adese.
online, day two is
It's
hybrid.
hybrid, yeah. Thank you so much, Adese. Guys, if you want to go to a conference where you can eat puff puff and still learn
Yes, meat
and
pie,
see
jollof rice,
excellence, I don't know what
jerk
else you're waiting for.
chicken,
And my
and
question,
have alcohol, orange
exactly.
juice. I think we had Zobo drinks. We had
We did,
we
we
had
did,
Zobo we had
we
Zobo drinks as well.
did, we
We
did. And
had
guys, honestly,
we
I'm
had
going
Zobo
to
drinks.
ask anyone who's using my code to get a discount. I have one request. You have to sit with me. We have to sit together now. Come on. You know, when you go to a new church, you gather your members. You are my members. So use the discount code to get 10% of Viv25. Get the discount. Once you've registered, send me a DM because I want to be marking register so that we can even have family meeting of which color are we going to wear, which ashwabi are we going to wear to the conference, how are we going to show up. You know those ones that when you're going with your friends, when you get there, you'll be like, I'm here, I'm in the front row. Okay, turn left. Those kind of things. So that we can almost have the party before the party, within the party, and after the party. I'm going to be there. Like, I have a choice. Like, I'm sold. I've been sold since last year, and I'm going to go every year by God's grace. So if you're
Amen.
going to come, especially if you're a guy and you're thinking, it's BWHR, I keep hearing
It is
women.
for
No, no,
you.
no.
It's for black
It's for
men.
you.
It's for
Come in.
BWHR for
Come
ethnic
with me.
minority. For South
Exactly.
Asian heritage, black men, please come. Black women, beautiful women. And we have black, yeah, you might just meet someone at the BWHR conference. You
Ooh,
never.
ooh, are we going there? Okay, let's try and wrap this up. Okay, so if you're coming, please let me know because I want to sit with you. I don't want you to go alone, especially if it's your first time. But even if you were to go alone, see, like I said, the crowd don't have airs and graces. All you have is excellence, and everyone is really ready to network. So we're gonna wrap this up because I said 45 minutes. Now, so that was what I said. I said what I didn't say, and I did not keep my boundaries. But now we need to go. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I wouldn't have done this on my own. I wouldn't have had such a beautiful evening. I just say thank you so much for anyone just joining. I've just seen Rosie. I'm not going to call you out. I just saw you join. Auntie, don't be angry. You will watch the replay. But I did say thank you. If anyone that's watching this on YouTube, Black Women BWHR Conference, go and use my discount code VIV25. If you're going 24th and 25th of September, by all means, send me a DM because I want to go with you so we can all sit together. I am definitely going. And to my community, what will I do without you guys? Where will I be without you guys? You guys keep showing up and showing out. You guys keep making this thing I'm pursuing called purpose just easier. I open my mouth and all of you just roll with it, give me feedback, share my content, engage in my posts and my comments. I'm so grateful. I don't take any of it for granted. And I'm still here because you're still here. So I want to say thank you for rocking with me because we're going nowhere. We are not going nowhere. And I did say thank you. I hope you have a lovely evening. And everyone that joined, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in my stories. You know how we roll. Of course, there's going to be a recap on the story after this. So I'll see you guys on my story. Have a lovely evening. And thank you, Adese.
No, thank you so much for inviting me. I had such a good time.
Thank you so
And
much.
please, please come to the BWHR conference. You would not regret it. You will leave a different person. The BWHR conference on the 24th and 25th of September, it's like no other conference you would ever attend. And I
I
kid you
agree.
not, I'm saying this with 100%
I
confidence.
agree. Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye.